Chairperson Milner, President Zef Kringel, my special brother, the two chief rabbis, Minister Mackenzie, Comrade Zille, she won't object, she knows her footsteps going back. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, Herman Mashaba, present here, and all distinguished guests, honored members of the South African Jewish community. Today I stand before you with deep respect and gratitude. The Treasurer General of ANC is here too. Okay. Recognizing the remarkable contribution of your community to our shared history, to the struggle for justice and the hope of a brighter, unified South Africa. In gathering here, we acknowledge that our country's story is a tapestry of countless voices, acts of courage and unwavering convictions, of which yours form part, an indelible part. From the early days, Jewish South Africans contributed to the economic lifeblood of this country. Through determination, ingenuity, and resilience, Jewish businesses created jobs, established industries, and nurtured growth during times of great challenges. You build not only businesses, but livelihoods and stability, often in the face of misrepresentation and political obstacles. And even then, the Jewish community remained steadfast in its commitment to South Africa's development, placing the needs of the nation above personal needs. I'm particularly moved as I reflect on the early relationship between the Jewish mentors and our nation's leaders, including Nelson Mandela, men like Leza Sidelsky, who opened doors for a young Mandela, demonstrated commitment to equality that went beyond words. Very strange, Chairperson, in as much as Mandela was articled by Mr. Sidelsky, I was articled by Mr. Godfrey Rabin, Trevor Rabin's father. You remember Rabbit? What a coincidence. What a coincidence. When I walk into his office, I'll share this with you to bring life to this celebration. It's a young black man with a different hairstyle from what I have now. And he says to me, Matthew, you see that's a toilet. There's no black and white toilet here. These are cups of tea. There's no black cup or a cup for black people, a cup for white people. That was at the heart of apartheid. That is what that Jewish father was saying to me. And you can say to me, he supported apartheid. You won't convince me. Sidelsky gave Mandela not only a chance, but also a foundation upon which he could build a vision of justice. It is no exaggeration to say that your community's embrace of justice and inclusivity has left a mark on the values of this nation, values that Mandela would later champion on the global stage. As a young soldier from Control Sizwe, I had the honor and the pleasure of being led by Joe Slovo. I had the privilege of living next door to Albie Sachs. When he was bombed, the flat where I was staying was just around the corner. And he makes a joke, Comrade Matthew, they were looking for you. Let us not forget the many Jewish South Africans who took their commitment to justice even further. From Joe Slovo, Ruth First, from Helen Suzman, Arthur Goldstein, these remarkable individuals stood shoulder to shoulder with black South Africans in the battle against apartheid. They took personal risks, enduring imprisonment, exile, even death, in the pursuit of freedom for all. Their sacrifices remind us that justice is never simply given. It must be fought for, often at great cost. The heroes and heroines were living proof that South Africans struggle was a struggle for all people, irrespective of race. This spirit of solidarity extended beyond the political realm. Through philanthropy, the Jewish community invested in social upliftment and education, establishing schools like Morris Isaacson's. Come again, it was a Jewish guy whose name still stands in Soweto, who built that school. A symbol of resistance during the 1976 Soweto uprising. Such contributions reinforced the idea that every young person in this country deserves the opportunity to learn, to grow, and lead. It is these actions that continue to serve as powerful reminders of our collective responsibilities to uplift each other and to build a more just society. When I was Premier of Mpumalanga, who did I choose as a lawyer for my province to deal with the most difficult cases? It was Ntate Michael Katz. He's sitting here tonight. Mike, thank you very much. I allocated to him the worst cases under the sun. I apologize, Mike. Nelson Mandela himself recognized the exceptional contributions of the Jewish community to the anti-apartheid struggle. He spoke with deep gratitude, acknowledging that Jewish South Africans were disproportionately represented in the liberation movement. He knew that the bonds forged during those turbulent times will not be forgotten, that these relationships will continue to inspire future generations to stand up for what is right. However, as we look at South Africa today, we recognize that a great deal remains to be done. In recent years, the voices of the Jewish community in our political and civic spaces have been less prominent. This absence has at times allowed radical fringe elements to step into the void, distorting the narrative and misrepresenting our nation's values. This does not represent the heart of South Africa. We know that South Africa is a nation that believes in peace, in coexistence, and in the power of diversity. As a young soldier, I came to understand that violence brings up the worst out of us, and that peace brings out the best out of us. And that's your lesson for tonight. And so today, I call upon the Jewish community to once again take an active role in shaping the future of this rainbow nation. Just as your forebearers once stood alongside us in our fight for justice, today we need your voices, we need your leadership, and your commitment to preserve the progress we've made and prevent forces of division to undermine our unity. I urge you to embrace the legacy of those who came before you, those who sacrificed for the freedom we now enjoy, and to step forward with the same courage and resilience. Stand proud of our Jewish heritage, celebrate the contributions of your community, and engage in our nation's future, for the future belongs to all of us. Reaffirm your role in the civic, economic, and cultural landscape of South Africa, and honor the legacy of those who fought for this freedom by preserving it. Nelson Mandela once said, South Africa belongs to all who live in it. This was his vision. A South Africa where all communities, bound together by shared dreams and diverse backgrounds, can stand united together. That vision still calls to us. It calls to us to rise above divisions, to resist forces of hatred, and to remain committed to a future that is inclusive, just, and respectful to everyone. The legacy of the Jewish community in South Africa is one of courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to justice. Today we look to the future, let alone answer the call of that legacy. Let us remember that the fight for fair, just, and united South Africa continues. And let us walk this journey together as one nation. I will not be doing justice to my feelings if I didn't mention one example. I was once involved in a near-fatal accident. I thank God that I'm alive. I went through an operation in Middelburg. It was a Jewish family, the Chikovich, who did not trust the operation I underwent and flew an a helicopter very low in darkness to the Mediclinic in Middelburg. Flew a specialist, opened my bleeding wound, and re-operated me. She was grafting me now on the other side. It was that second grafting who saw me standing straight today and walking straight. And I thank the Chikovic family. Let the spirit of unity and courage and hope prevail. Let peace prevail. Mazel tov.